Coming to you live from YouTube, this is Sal with news that you may or may not want to listen to. What's up, everybody? Oh man, I'll just go ahead and say it. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. If there's a show that I want to watch, I'll just catch it on Netflix. One of the main reasons I don't watch TV, of course, is commercials, but a lot of it has to do with the fact if I see a news anchor like Bill O'Reilly or Piers Moron show his face on the screen, I instantly want to start projectile vomiting, and I get this weird sensation, much like Satan caressing my bowels tenderly. It's not pleasant. But, all kidding aside, the media. I've noticed them lacking in their civic duties a lot more recently, especially when it comes to perpetrators of violent crimes. They like to paint these people as unstoppable monsters when really they're just flesh and bone and bleed like the rest of us. And they're portrayed as, I don't know, superhuman beings. And they're glorified in some weird, vile way when really they're just incredibly disturbed fools. Anytime I turn on the TV to these reports of shootings and bombings, it's really a lot like watching a sporting event with the talking heads just, tallying up the death toll. And they compare these murderers to each other like they would basketball teams. It's kind of sick. And then, of course, there's the ever-present, very cheerful, yeah, that mass murder was really, really awful. Here, buy my book about it. I think this kind of attitude naturally breeds fear among the populace. It really seems like the news shows support this kind of fear propaganda and propagation. All they talk about is how the bad guy did it. And they have 20 different conflicting stories on how it went down, and none of them are anywhere close to the actual truth. And frankly, I really don't care, because I don't think how is the right question. I think the focus should be more on why. See, I like to understand the basis behind a criminal mindset, because that way it helps me build a better defense against them. From my understanding, perpetrators of violent crimes do it partly for personal gain, but mostly as a show of dominance. They do it for that feeling of power. And this goes from, anywhere from large-scale attacks to just smaller instances of everyday violence. And really, this makes them terrorists in my book, and I have no tolerance for terrorism. See, because criminals like easy targets, and they choose their prey based on perceived weaknesses. Really, they're the pure definition of predators. They stalk the weak and unobservant, and they strike if given the opportunity. What weapon do they all use? Not knives, guns, or clubs. It's fear. Their main weapon is fear, and our media does nothing but add to that scare machine. I think that's a massive injustice. Because the truth is, we shouldn't fear the bad guys. Of course, we should be very cautious of them, but just like animals out in the wild, we've already made ourselves so much safer if we arm ourselves with the correct mindset and adequate tools for protection. So why don't I fear the big, scary monsters that walk amongst us? Well, by not fearing them, I've already gone a long way to disarming them, and I've made myself a high-risk target. Understand that a criminal's weapon is not just the implement of violence that they wield. If we take that fear factor away from them, we turn into their worst nightmare. Because I know if I was a criminal, I'd probably be a lot less likely to attack a man or woman if I knew they weren't afraid to defend themselves, and that there was a good chance that I'd lose my life in the process. I think FDR said it best when he said, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." Fear itself. Not the thug on the street with violence in his heart, and definitely not the monster under our bed that the media is constructed. So, in conclusion, don't be afraid of the things that can't hurt you, and don't be afraid of the things that can hurt you. Just learn to control the environment that you're in, and really that all starts in the mind. And if I can get through to just a single person with this video, then I'll have done my job, I think, and have made that person and their loved ones just a little bit safer. I don't know, it's just something to think about. Anyway, I really hope you take something valuable away from this and have enough sense not to trust all the lies you see on your TV screen. But anyway, thank you for watching. I look forward to your comments below. See you next time.